Hey guys, what's going on? So, this topic is so important that I had to make a video for you on it. And it is, we're going to deal with, and we're diving into like the crux of everything that we're going to be doing. And it's really what it is designed to do is to identify food trends and habits and hidden sugars and where we're going and how and where we're going to improve. And like, this is really getting to the heart of the matter. And there isn't a right or wrong way to do it. You just have to do it. And so I don't want you to get overwhelmed in going, oh my God, I got to make all of these changes. I want you to focus on just following the program. Don't worry about what you're doing because the program is going to naturally guide you towards healthier choices. So the more committed you can stay to the containers and incorporate them into your life, the quicker and sooner you're going to see the results because you're going to naturally crowd out the bad foods that are creeping into your life. And the closer that we're eating to the food list, the better you're going to be. So I don't want you to worry about, if you're having 5 cafe lattes with whip and all the extra sugars and everything else that they have. That's fine. And by the way, I'm not a coffee drinker, so I'm sorry if I screwed up whatever that was. But you get my point. If you're doing that, would it be awesome if you stopped cold turkey? Yes. Am I going to ask you to do that? No. What I'm going to ask you to do is make the decisions of what you're going to have, when you're going to have it, and how you're going to have it. And then we're going to record it. And then we're going to look and see how we feel about the emotion or about the decisions and why we made those decisions and how we're going to handle it the next time. That's what we're going to do because the more you can get honed in and focused on the decisions that you're making, on the choices that you're making, the quicker you're going to realize the better choices that you want to be making. Does that make sense? So, we talk about those decisions, and we tie so many things, emotions to our food when really all we need food for is fuel. And so we're going to work on different things that we can do after we've identified the trends. So you guys, you're getting all of these forms and you're like, why is she having me write this down? And why am I doing this? I'm having you do it because it's a process. And that process is here to help you identify and break these habits. And so that's what we're doing. So continue to do the forms. And I'm giving them to you in what I've been told is a really good digestible way, no pun intended, but it's easy for you to consume. I know you all are busy. I'm busy too. So we're doing it in these small pieces so that you can get better every single day. And that's what this is all about, is you choosing to make a decision to show up to get better than you were yesterday. That's what we're doing. So we may or may not be perfect at it right away. It may click like all at once. And it may click on the first day. It may click on day 30. Doesn't matter. But if you're still showing up and you're working on getting better, then guess what? You're going to see those results that you're looking for. So with that said, we're going to get just really aware of things like hidden sugars. And you've got a whole video on like going to the grocery store and flipping over and identifying these different types of sugars. And when I say hidden sugars, people oftentimes talk about like the funny names that companies will give for hidden sugars. And I don't think it's limited to that because that has got like, we did a call with my nutritionist friend one time and there's over 40 different types of names for sugar. And I didn't even know that. I knew there was like probably about 20. 40 blew my mind. And so that's just one piece of it that companies will do because companies are manufacturing foods intentionally. There's a whole science behind how they manufacture foods to intentionally trigger those responses in your brain to be addictive to food that you want more. I mean, think about it. There's a certain chip company that says, bet you can't eat just one, and they do it on purpose. Like, think about that. Like, it's just made me not want to eat them, period, ever, because like you're taunting us and you're purposely making us want to eat bad foods. I have a really hard time with that. But I continue to learn this and I continue to grow. But that's not the only part of hidden sugars. There's a second side of it. There are sources to sugars that we've always thought like, hey, these foods are good for us. And we've been programmed to say, hey, it's fruit, it's okay. And you know what? Fruit itself is okay, but when we start processing it and we're getting away from the original source of it, and orange juice is a really great example. Orange juice is high in sugar. And people are like, oh, but it's good for you and you've got to have it. And you're like, when you flip over that label and it's going to tell you there's somewhere between 25 and 35 grams of sugar in an 8-ounce serving. And then a nutritionist is going to tell you, well, you're only supposed to have 4. How is the average person supposed to know you're only supposed to have 4 ounces when you flip it over and the serving size says 8? And those are the things that we're going to start getting smart on and start learning, where I was letting my kids have like 3 glasses of orange juice because I thought it was good for me. And it was good for them because it's made from 100% natural orange juice. And I didn't realize I was blowing their sugar for like 3 days in one meal. Like, these are the things that we just don't know. I continue to learn it and get better so I can help them get better, so I can get better. And that's the exact same thing that you're going to do. So I love that we are able to control all of this. And I want us to continue to grow. I want us to continue to get better and smarter. And then we're going to continue to share. As our community grows and it develops and we learn, we're all going to learn together. So when you learn these things, share them. Isn't that awesome? So, okay. I just wanted to, words of encouragement. I could never get this out in an email for a day. To really convey my excitement about this stage. This is the really important stage, and this is where it gets really fun, you guys. Okay, so I will talk to you later. Let me know what questions you have.